Hello everyone, this is the Paper Princess and I'm very excited today. It is reveal day. I just finished my latest project using Graphic 45 Nature Notebook. This was released several years ago as Nature Sketchbook and I missed it. I just wasn't as involved with Graphic 45 then, and I swore if it ever came out again I'd snatch it up. So that's what I did. I snatched it up and quickly went to work making this album. So let's get started. I will show you what I did with it. This is an 8.5 by 8 album. It's got a nice 3 3/4 inch spine because there'll be plenty of room for pictures, you will see. And I'd like to give it that little extra space so your book doesn't, get too full where it doesn't lay flat. So let's get started explaining. This is the cover, and I used 2 of the Deluxe collector editions. You get 4 of these cover sheets. So I put 1 on the cover. I covered up this from here to the end because it's got this flower underneath and it's not to scale. This is an 8.5 book. This page was 12 inches, so the flower went over the edges. So basically I just covered that part up with the reverse side of the paper, took a cutout of that same flower, backed it onto a piece of chipboard. It's like a 4x6 chipboard, which I wrapped with the black paper. I will show you how to do that in my video, and stuck it here with score tape so it's on there good, and it just gives some dimension. So this is what the page would look like, only now this is more to scale and it pops up. So that's what I did with the cover. Let's get started on the inside. I just love these colors. They just go so nice together. There's a nice deep pocket on the inside cover, and I'll show you these little booklets, but basically wait till the end and you'll see what papers are left over. I made a fair amount of these square ones. They're 6x6, and that way you can use one piece of paper. So it just, it will cover the inside and the back cover with one 12x12 piece of paper. There's a sheet of these little cutouts, and I put them all throughout the book. This one, a dragonfly went over into the next card, so I fussy cut around him, and that looks really cute. Okay, so page 1, this is again the cover. This is what it would look like, and I put on the other side of this are the butterflies, like on our front cover. So I fussy cut one of the butterflies, backed her on black, and fussy cut that, put that here. So that's our little flap that helps us, flap over, and there's more butterflies. This is another card that was on a sheet of different cutouts. Opens out a little, maybe a small picture in there, but I just like to have that to open. And here's a pocket with the bottom part of that cover sheet. There's a photo mat in here, and another one of these 6x6 booklets. And there's a piece of paper that has strips of different, it has, this is one of them. It's got some mushrooms. So I just cut out a little piece of leftover and put it there so that looks nice like that. There, that goes there. And now the pullout, you will have enough paper. There was plenty of paper when you had 2 deluxe packs, so I was able to cover the whole inside. And I chose this one because it's got the butterflies and it pulls all the colors together. So page 2, this is another one of these rectangle cutouts. It's about 4x6, and I sprinkle them throughout here, and it adds nice dimension. I put the little mushrooms up here that was on that strip that I told you. There's a piece of paper that has a bunch of strips, borders. So that goes there. This also is chipboard. You will get a sheet of chipboard with the Deluxe collection. So that goes to the side. Here's another piece of chipboard here. And these are 2 flaps that go up. I fussy cut another butterfly from that sheet that there's a little bit left over. And then this goes to the side. So it looks nice like this, I think. It gives you a lot of the colors in here, a lot of dimension going on. This pulls this together. and blue because that's showing here and here. So I chose blue for that photo mat. Okay, so page 3 is another one of these 4x6 cards. You flip up, and then this flips up, and there are 2 little doors here with ladybugs on them. So there's about 3 or 4 of these little round ladybug chipboard, backed them on black, cut around it, and glued them on real good, and they look like little doorknobs. And there you go. This is that sheet of paper that has the little border strips. So I was able to use some of that in the book. I made a little notebook out of one of the 4x6. It's called Nature Notebook right here. And I can do some journaling, which is always good to do. There we go. All right. And the pullout is the fern paper, which pulls this together. Okay, so page 4 is, this is the notebook, Nature Notebook cover sheet again with the butterflies. And what I did here is I cut the bottom first because I wanted this, I don't want to cut into this and have nature with no notebook. So I cut here, a little bit was sticking up over the top. So I put a little pencil mark where I wanted to have a little border and cut there. So I made it fit this flap. And there you go. Now there's a lot of, again, with these flaps, but that looks nice like that. It's all black, a nice layout here for pictures. And then that closes, this breaks this up. That goes there, and this flap tucks into here. And this is a sticker. And for the pullout, I used the black with the butterflies because that's on the background here. Okay, so page 5, more of these little cards here. I wanted to feature them, so I put them on this front flap, but I had this fold over. So I've got those 2 there. That goes up, and then the whole thing pulls down. There's a pocket here. This photo mat is holding this top flap closed. And then on the inside, you can have more. I may even have another, I have room for another photo mat back there. But that goes down first, then this goes in, holding that together. And it just gives the page some dimension again with that. Use the orange in here. So that was cute and fun to make. Okay, so page 6 and 7, I chose the bee paper. I love the bee paper. On one side is the yellow honeycombs, and then there's the bees. So this is basically a double pocket page. And I will show you that in the tutorial, but this pocket goes all the way down, and then this one goes from here down. And you won't get stuck on anything because I wrapped it around. I will show you that. But basically, here's another piece from that main cover paper. And I wanted the dragonfly in here, so I fussy cut right here, and then I had to cut this a little lower. But that just makes the dragonfly stick out, so I liked that. This, the bees with the honeycombs are going horizontal, so I made the same thing, only vertical this way, and I broke it up in the middle with another one of these tags. And there's that. This is the pullout. Okay, so page 7, it's got the same color theme going on. I love the mushroom flap, goes like this, down, and then, so these flaps alternate. And then I fussy cut the leaves that were hanging over the edge of this one. This is another of those 4x6. And here's a photo mat, the bees. Maybe I'll make the bees showing. There you go. Okay, so that has to go down, and then this one over top, then that, and that. So it alternates. And I used yellow paper for the photo mat pull out. Okay, so the last page, page 8, I've got a belly band over here that holds this down and it breaks up this line right here. This flap, same, goes up, over. So these top flap here, and there's a nice pocket here. I've got another one of the cutouts, a 6 by 6, it looks like, maybe a little less, and a photo mat. There's that. And that holds everything together. The back pocket, I put 2 more tags. I made a trifold booklet. So if I do that, I put a magnet here. And again, the 6 by 6, I can just use one piece of paper. So there's that. I also, just to note, I put a magnet back here and on the back of the booklet. So, because the front and back cover get turned a lot, I want that to stay in place. So another, just a note, there's 3/4 inch space here between each of the pages because they get thick with all the pockets and booklets and stuff, and you're going to have pictures in here. So when you make the hinge, put a 3/4 inch instead of the normal 1/2 inch that a lot of people use. And there's the back. And the side, I put a piece of chipboard there with a little brad. And that's it. I hope you like it. So again, you need 2 of the Nature Notebook 12 by 12 Deluxe pack. For my cardstock, I chose black, and I like 80 pounds. So this is American Crafts. It's got a linen side and a flat side, but it's 80 pound, and you won't use a whole pack. So there's plenty of paper if you just get 1 pack. And I also use bookbinding tape when making the base of the album. It just is on the edges here. It looks very professional, and it keeps from paper cracking. And I did use art glitter glue just on the hinges, but otherwise I use score tape, mainly 3/8 inch score tape. And just your regular tape runner. If you want to, I ink the edges. I have an ink dauber here and some ink. I used brown, and that's it. I think if you gather up those materials, you can follow me in my tutorials, which I will post next week, and we will have fun together making this book. If you subscribe, you will get a bonus book using this layout, maybe changed around a little bit using a different paper collection. So watch for that email if you subscribe, and pass the word. So we'll all have fun together. You're welcome to my little club, and hope to see you soon.